We are here with the cast of The Spectacular Now, Brie Larson, Shailene Woodley, and Miles Teller. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Excellent,
Yeah.
mighty fine.
Mm-hmm.
We're awesome.
Feel like you're in the Sundance groove. You got like the sweaters on. You feel like you've been here a couple days. Your hands.
Well, that's about right. We have been here a couple of days.
We have sweaters on. It's very comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Staying hydrated. The altitude's no joke, man.
Does it get into you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What little
Just
spins?
like little things, like I'll wake up with a little bit of a headache, and then it's like
It has nothing to do with alcohol, though.
yeah, no, I
definitely
have nothing
not.
to
You're
do
just
with
out of.
alcohol.
You're not out of
It's all the
shape.
altitude.
Yeah.
First of all, tell me a little bit about the movie. Who do you play?
Okay, the movie takes place in high school. The main, I guess, Sutter is he's a senior in high school, and when you first meet him, he's they set it up. He's the life of the party, and he makes the parties, whatever. And then in the beginning, I'm dating Brie's character. We break up, and it's all that stuff. And then I wake up on a lawn, meet Amy Finicky, who's this kind of whatever, shy,
Just this super sweet, perfect angel.
yeah. And then, they kind of form a relationship, and you follow them along, and yeah.
Shailene, I love how your
It's
character.
a love story.
It's a love story.
It is.
Yeah.
It's about.
And he's in love with both of you guys.
It's actually a love story, though, not about a female and a male. It's a love story about a young boy figuring out who he is and learning to love himself.
You just got deep.
It's true.
It's hero's journey, man.
So Shailene, your character is supposed to be like, as you said, sort of like goody two-shoes, nerdy, which I love because you're just not wearing makeup, so you're suddenly not supposed to look like glamorous, but you do.
No, I don't think she's goody two-shoes or nerdy. Actually, my opinion on her is that she's a normal girl who actively chooses not to have a lot of friends because she quite honestly thinks she's more intelligent than most of the people in her high school. And she has high ambitions in life, for life, and she studies a lot because she wants to go to college and she wants to get out of her small town. And when she meets him, she sees a light in him that she doesn't necessarily allow within herself to express all the time, and I think that is really exciting for her. And also just the attention from a male, I think that's a big thing for people. And one of the most beautiful things I think about the script is oftentimes when you're in your first relationship, you give a lot of yourself away and you want the other person to change, and by doing so, by wanting that, you end up changing yourself, and you have to get to that low in order to figure out who you really are.
Brie, your character is obviously on the other extreme. She's sort of not wanting to be with, what's his name? Sutter.
You just
Sutter.
saw it this morning.
I'm sorry, there's so many characters in these movies.
Oh my god.
Sutter Keeley, I remember the last name now.
Yeah.
Okay. So
By the way,
she's
the
all
coolest
like,
character name I've ever heard.
Yeah, it is.
it was pretty good. And Amy, obviously, I like that.
I like finicky.
Yeah, I do too.
But she's not
Why do you
finicky
like
at
it?
all.
I think it's
Cassie
fun.
Smith.
Was it Smith?
Yeah.
Yours is.
I
okay.
didn't know that.
So Cassidy's like, she gets all dolled up. She's more like the party girl, right?
Yeah. Well, my interpretation of Cassidy is that she's somebody who thinks that she does life pretty well. She's a good people person, is really good at remembering people and being social, and is good on a guy's arm. And I think that in her mind, how well she does in high school, not even necessarily academically, although I imagine she does do well academically, is she thinks that this is what life is like and has no idea that she's living in a fishbowl of a high school small existence. She lives in a small town and deals with small things, but to a 17-year-old, they are big things. And it was really interesting to play, or to be the above kind of puppet master to somebody where I felt like I kind of had more of an understanding than she did because I'm out of high school.
Right, that's cool. What about Matt? We alluded to alcohol earlier, and you.
No, I didn't.
Okay, you did.
You might have alluded to it.
Oh my god.
But you
I
played a
thought
lot
we
of
were talking
characters.
about altitude. Which is
All
also dangerous.
Then we'll segue to alcohol. But you have played like a party animal in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Why is this your niche?
A party animal. Well,
Project X.
Project X.
21 and over.
He's been a party sloth.
I don't know, man. It's nothing that I've like sought out in my career or anything. And honestly, with this script, I really enjoyed the sad clown aspect of it. That behind this, smile and all that, and the charm, that there's actually like a pretty vulnerable, really like desperate needing for structure and just mentorship. Like he just never had that figure in his life. So that's what I attach to. But yeah, I mean, I do like to party. It's something that I like to do. But
How was the premiere party last night?
good. It's
How was
pretty
it?
good.
I didn't
Yeah.
go.
I heard you were like busting a move.
A little bit. The
What?
snow boots, it's not as easy
I
to do.
missed it. You were dancing?
Oh, all of
yeah.
us. That was,
Yeah.
It was just a big dance part. They were
Yeah.
only playing 50s music too. Sugar pie.
That's fun. There's also like a lot of, I mean, it's fun and lighthearted, but there's a lot of, as you said, serious subjects and casual drinking. Like the number of times you guys pass the flask back and forth is insane at some points. Did you talk a lot about that before approaching it?
I mean, we knew it was in the script. When I don't think it was anything, and I think that's what the script does a really good job of. They're not trying to come up with a resolution for the drinking. It's when I grew up in high school, I grew up in a very small town, and that was just like, it wasn't that you were trying to glorify drinking, but it was just something that was happening, all the time. And I think that we're being pretty, I don't know, we're not advocating, we're not doing anything about it. It's just, I think it's a pretty, like, honest,
Trail of being an 18-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're 17, 18. And yeah, I drank mostly beer. I wasn't doing the hard liquor as much in high school, but
I thought you meant on the
easy.
set.
We couldn't afford hard liquor in high school.
We were hammered on the set.
All the time.
Yeah.
And you two have been to Sundance before? Have you? No?
I was
No,
here
I've
last
only
year.
been to Toronto.
Have you been here, Shailene?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the first experience like and how's it coming back?
Last year was my first time, and I had a very unique experience.
She won.
I won an award. I wrote and directed a short film that was amazing enough to me because it was the first thing I'd ever done. I had written and directed, got in, and then we won one of like 5 jury prizes. So it was a really intense and crazy cool experience. And but this is my first time coming as an actor, which is a completely different experience and great in its own way. To be with a movie that has been really well received and it seems to create a lot of great conversations is exciting.
You're all in that young Hollywood crop. Does it feel like there's a lot of talk all the time about like, this is the next big thing? I know that's always projected on you.
Less here than LA. I feel like anywhere you go in LA, people are just always talking about the business and agents and what movies you have coming up. This, I don't know, this is a little more relaxed. If anything, it's nice to just really care about a movie and see it. Last night was the first time we had really seen the movie. We saw a rough cut. It's the first time with music and all that stuff. And it was beautiful. Like the audiences up here really, that audience last night was so awesome. They're
They were
smart,
awesome.
they're educated, and they're just there for the films. Like it's a trek to make it to Park City and to spend the money that these people are spending to just see a film for the first time.
And to sit outside, Now at least
Yeah.
there's like some heated tents, but if you don't make it within the heated tent, you're outside, you're around the block, and I think that is so
Just to see a film.
Oh,
yeah.
it's so incredible.
Yeah.
It's so great.
But it's not like, in it's much worse in LA, I think. LA is like paparazzi and autographs and
Well,
just
it depends
studios
on where
and
you
all that
go in
stuff.
LA as well.
I'm not talking about
talking
you
about-
living in the canyons. I'm talking about like Hollywood, LA, like
But
yeah.
it still depends.
It's the guys, it's the entertainment capital of the
I'm
world.
sorry, but
80
I've never had any paparazzi at Cafe Gratitude. And that's on Nara's and Larchmont.
Okay. LA's largest export is entertainment, man. Like that's what you can't go to somewhere where it's just like people aren't in the business or know somebody in the business.
Yeah.
Everyone's an actor, da da da.
Yeah, but I think because of that, it becomes this like kind of like blasé aspect of it. Like it doesn't feel as it's more exciting, I think, to be here because it feels new and exciting,
you're
everyone's trying to
celebrating
get it's all these little teams. We're a team. All these other films are coming as these little packs. We're all staying in like the same houses, and we're coming out here to talk about something that we've spent a lot of time and care a lot about with people that we care about. Versus like, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like Los Angeles is like it's
I like
so,
the little teams.
It's so
that is what it is.
yeah,
It is,
it's
like-
so spread out, and and everyone's just trying to get here is
Yeah.
kind of what's happening over there.
Well, thanks you guys for coming in. I hope you enjoy the rest of your
Thank
trip.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks.